As mentioned in my original acne story video, probiotics made a huge difference in helping me to clear my skin from this to this in just 6 weeks. But how? Why did they make such a difference? Which probiotics are best? And how are they different to prebiotics? All that and more in today's video.
I can help you out. I can help you out. I can help you out.
Hello and welcome. I'm Madison Dohnt and I'm a science graduate, biology teacher and naturopathy student who created this channel to help you get smart about your body. In today's video, we're going to go over the difference between probiotics and prebiotics, everyday sources of probiotics and prebiotics, supplements you need to be wary of, and also the brand of probiotic supplements that I choose to take every day. So what are probiotics? Well, they're tiny microorganisms such as bacteria that we ingest either through diet or through supplementation that are considered good bacteria because they help with our gut and overall health. Gut health is on the forefront of health research at the moment, so we don't know everything about it yet, but what we do know is that poor gut health is associated with a huge number of diseases and ill health. In fact, several studies have shown the number of bacteria cells in the body to actually outnumber the number of human cells that we have. Previous research used to think that this was a ratio of 10 to 1, 10 being bacteria cells for every 1 human cell, but recent studies show that it's more like 1.3 to 1. So it's very similar, but there are slightly more bacteria. Just take a look at your arm for a second. So on our skin and in our digestive system are millions and millions of good and bad bacteria. Now, the bad bacteria is not usually an issue unless it outweighs the good bacteria or unless it enters the body. Everything that passes through your digestive system is actually on the outside of your body. So excuse my terrible drawing, but this is the inside of your body where all your organs are, and the digestive system from the top to the bottom is actually outside of your body. So it's only the vital nutrients, vitamins, minerals, and water, the things that your body actually needs, that get invited through the intestinal lining and into the bloodstream on the other side. The rest, well, you know. Inflammation and gaps in the intestinal wall, also known as leaky gut, which I will have to go through in a different video, cause issues because bad bacteria is no longer contained in the intestines but makes it through into the bloodstream, causing more inflammation. And the bad bacteria on our skin is not a problem either. That is, until it gets trapped in the pores by sebum or enters the bloodstream through broken skin. But back to the good guys. So probiotics are the actual organisms, they're the good bacteria strains, whereas prebiotics are the foods that the good bacteria need in order to fuel their activity and reproduce. Again, keeping the balance of good and bad bacteria in check. While bad bacteria really love feeding on refined sugar and other bad foods, good bacteria really love fiber. In fact, when you eat fiber, the human body cannot actually digest and absorb it, so it ends up going down to feed the good bacteria in your large intestines. Good prebiotic foods include vegetables such as onion and garlic, beetroot, chicory root, asparagus, and leek, and also a few legumes, whole grains, nuts, and fruits. Probiotics, on the other hand, such as those actually including the good little organisms, include mostly fermented foods such as kombucha, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, yogurt, and also some fermented cheeses such as Gouda. However, you do have to be careful with a lot of these because things such as kombucha and yogurt can actually have a lot of added unnecessary sugar that is purely just there to make the flavor a little bit more bearable to the general public. So kombucha actually does need a little bit of sugar to help the fermentation process, but sometimes they do put in a lot more than they need because they're trying to give the consumers that extra flavor so that they actually enjoy it and keep on buying it. So just as a little guide, if sugar is one of the first 3 ingredients, then it's probably not a good one to pick. But also, if you want to have a look at the nutritional panel, if you go to the per 100 ml, you should only choose ones that have 1 to 2 grams of sugar per 100 ml. If there are 4 grams per 100 ml, then that is really not a good one. Now, The difference of a gram probably doesn't sound like much, but often we aren't buying 100 ml bottles, we're buying 500 ml bottles. So that could be the difference between 5 grams of sugar or 25 grams of sugar. So it is really important to check that, but depending on the serving size of the bottle that you pick up, it can be a lot easier to just compare the 100 ml column. So make sure that you look for only 1 or 2 grams of sugar. And if you're dairy free or scared of fermented foods, it might make sense for you to take a supplement like I do. But it is important to note that not all probiotic supplements are created equal. You want to make sure that, one, the probiotic strands of bacteria that you've got are actually going to be effective, so they're scientifically proven to have a positive effect. And the second thing that you want to make sure of is that your capsules are actually going to be able to withstand the acidity of the stomach. So the last thing that you want is for the capsules to erode and dissolve in the stomach, which means that the acidity is going to kill the bacteria and that they're not going to make it to the intestines, which is going to waste your money because they're going to be dead. To make sure that the supplements are going to be able to withstand the acidity in the stomach and also the bile of the small intestine, you want to look for things that say acid and bile resistant, which is one of the reasons why I chose the LifeSpace broad spectrum probiotic. Also because the strains of this one are really good and they have been scientifically proven effective. If you've learned anything new from this video today, then please make sure to hit that like button below and throw me a comment letting me know of your takeaways. Also, if you've decided to do anything different or keep anything the same, maybe you were already taking probiotics but you hadn't checked if they were acid and bile resistant, or maybe you just didn't really know why you were taking them. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful week. Come and join us over on Instagram for more tips and tricks too. Bye guys.
I can help you out. I can help you out. I can